Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to unbox and review the Behringer Super Fuzz pedal. I've been told a bunch in comments on other videos that I need to check this pedal out, so I bought it and I was thinking we'll unbox it together and then I'll give you a first impression and we'll see what I think of it. So here it is, and I'm opening it now for the first time on camera, so I'm letting you see it first, the way it looks when it's, when it comes out of the box and everything. So let's see. The lid is a little tight, but I think we can manage. Can you see? Let's see if I do it like that maybe. And there we go. Wait, what? Wait, no. This isn't right. This is... Huh. You see that? That's a metal enclosure and it says... it says Super Fuzz, and it has a little superhero on it, so... But it doesn't look anything like the box. Okay, I'm just joking with you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you were actually tricked by this, even though the title of the video is something different. I have come up with a new way to rehouse the Behringer pedals, which I am super happy about and excited to share with you, because it's super easy. It's much easier than anything else I've ever done in my entire life, basically. And so I'm really happy to share this with you guys now. And it's one of those things where it's so easy that I feel like an idiot because I didn't think of it the first time around. I was like, oh, I need to switch things out. But here I don't have to switch anything out, basically. And it works really nice. It's perfect thing if you're getting into like rehousing pedals and this is what you kind of want to do. This is definitely the easiest and the best way to do it, and if you just follow along the steps that I show you, it's gonna turn out super good. You need a case, a metal case, you need a foot switch, you obviously need a Behringer pedal that you want to rehouse, and you also need epoxy clay. You also need some paint, acrylic for example. It doesn't really matter that much. The only thing that matters is that you're trying to match the paint of the enclosure you've chosen. I suggest you go with something that is already painted. You can paint everything yourself if you wanna. If you're gonna do that, don't forget to use hammer lacquer, because that's the best lacquer to paint metal pedal enclosures. But if you want to go with the chrome finish, then you're gonna have to try to find some sort of chrome paint or something. Otherwise, I can't really help you. The pedal enclosure you need is a Hammond 125B enclosure. And for it to work the way that I have done it here, you need to use that kind of enclosure, and you need to really need to use that. I can't stress that enough. That's what you need to use. That's what you're gonna have to buy if you want to do it the way that I'm showing you in this video. I have another way you can do a Behringer pedal, where you actually switch the jacks on the side out, and that is also a valid version, but you're gonna have to go back and look at that video. This video is only for this pedal. Now, all you basically have to do is you have to measure out where the output jacks on the sides and the DC in right here and the output jacks right here are, and then drill the holes just like you would drill any other pedals. And I have a video on how to drill pedal enclosures that you can watch if you feel like this video isn't enough. And then you have to cut these sleeves down, which I hope you can see, and you obviously also have to drill the holes. Now I'm gonna put up on in front of you here now a picture that shows basically like a template. I don't really have a good way of sharing this with you so that you could just print it out, but you could do a safe screen of this picture and you could print it out and make sure that the ruler on the side lines up with the real ruler in reality, and you could use this as a template to drill the holes. If you're able to use, like some sort of printing program or something, that would be the easiest way. But otherwise, just follow along with the video and try to measure everything out, and just make sure that you do things the way that I show you. It's super easy. You don't switch anything out. You basically just drill holes for the parts that already come with the pedal, so you don't have to worry about changing anything. The only thing that you have to do is add this switch right here. So now we're gonna jump in and I'm gonna take this pedal apart and show you how it looks on the inside and everything. But just before I do that, I just want to do a quick mention of a thing that I've seen in my other 2 videos about behringer pedals, and it comes up at some other points when I talk about like inexpensive gear or beginner gear or things that are not maybe that much money to buy. And I just want to clarify this because I see it in comments, and I just want to let you know I don't judge anyone based on what kind of gear they use. It's not something that I care about. If you love something, that's good. That's all I care about. I want you to be happy with the things you use, and if you like behringer pedals, I don't care. If you're happy, that's great. If everyone's favorite guitar could be, I don't know, a Squire Bulletin or something like that, that would be awesome. Some people need to have something really expensive, that's what they enjoy, and some people can enjoy, you know, a beginner guitar and play that for their entire life and be super happy. I don't judge anyone for what they like, so you don't have to ever feel like I do. There are some inexpensive gear that I really don't like, and if I tell you that I don't like it, it's just me being honest. It doesn't mean that we can't be friends or that we can't, you know, hang out or like same thing on other aspects, you know, of life or something. So I just wanted to say that really quickly because I saw some comments on my other videos that made me think that you might think that I don't like people who like behringer pedals, and that's just not the case. If you like behringer pedals, that's great, and if you want to buy all the behringer pedals and rehouse them, that's great too. Go ahead, go crazy, go nuts, have fun, enjoy life and enjoy playing guitar. Okay, so now we're gonna jump into the actual taking the pedal apart and looking closer at it. And if you have any questions or if anything I show you is unclear, just write comments. Just like I said in my other behringer pedal video where I built my flanger with the octopus on it, I make a new video of this if anything is unclear, and I'll keep on making new videos about the behringer pedals until you guys feel like you're sick of them. I only want to help you. So let's just jump into it, and hopefully everything will be crystal clear for you. Okay, so to start off, here is the back plate, the one that goes on the back of the enclosure. This is what it looks like. Now, if you look really close, you can see that it has this little lip that goes around here, and it's there so that the enclosure back will fit on the actual bigger part that will hold all the components. Here we have a broken behringer pedal. I'm using this because, you know, with extra wires it might be a little bit hard to see what you have to do. So what you have to do is you have to line the back up with this edge here, right here. Hopefully you can see where I'm pointing at, but it goes in here like a little half circle, and on the back of that, not on the outer side but on the inside, you line it up like so. That's where the pedal needs to sit, so that when we drop the top on, it will come in on the inside. Because if we look on the old enclosure and we open it up, the pedal will lie directly against the back here. But the angle that this is leaning backwards with, which might sound a little clumsy to say, but basically what I mean is it's not 90 degrees, it's a little bit tilted in its shape. So the angle is different on the new enclosures, so it has to move back a little bit. And also it will make the enclosure fit, because everything needs to be on the inside of this lip. So what you have to do is you have to measure where the output jack is, which is supposed to be here, and where the DC in is, like this, and make marks and cut them so that you can drop the pedal enclosure over it, like so. And you have to do it on both sides here and on one side here. And then you obviously also have to drill out the holes for the controls. And after you've done that, you need to take and put masking tape around the edges here, just to cover up this inner cut here. You obviously have to drill the holes in the right place and use a file or a saw to cut away these pieces. But then you have to take some masking tape and put around. Basically just around the corner, like so. So that it covers up the inner edge of the enclosure. And then you have to take your pedal like this, and you have to make with the epoxy clay these tiny little spaces, and then paint them to be the same color. And I have one on this side as well. As you can also see, I've glued a piece of wood with hot glue on top of here, and that's just because I feel like these jacks are going to move a little bit like this, and having them secured to the circuit board but also to each other on the top might prevent a little bit of wiggling. That is not something you have to do, it's optional. The next part is the switch. Now you can use a lot of different switches. This is the sort of switch I had laying around, so it's the one I used. One cable goes there, 2 cables from those 2 logs goes back to the underside of the pedal. And you'll have 4 little controls on the back here. If we look at this one, you'll see them right here, 4 like that. And you just need to connect one to the top here and one to the bottom here, like so. And you don't have to care about which one goes where, doesn't really matter. That's all you need to do. And now as you can see, I can take this entire PCB with every part on and everything, and I can just put it into place, and it will all just fit in to where it needs to go, like so. No problems at all. So I just screw the switch in place, like so. I'll tighten it a little bit more later. I put this in its right place, and it pops basically in its place like that. And then I take my control knobs and I push them back into place. I push on the back a little bit, not hard or anything like that, just a little bit, so that I can press them back down a little bit extra, just so everything is very firmly in place. And if I want to, I now have space for a battery, so I can plug in a battery, which is obviously optional. I'm not going to use a battery. And now I can just put this over here like that, turn it over, and put the screws into their place. And I can tighten them down back into the enclosure, like so. And here we have the pedal now, and you can move the knobs without any issues. Even this little one here. And if you wanted to, you could plug something in, like a guitar, and you could use it and play it. And yeah, there it is. I think this is really fun. It's an easy way to rehouse a Behringer pedal, and it's not very expensive, because all you basically need to do is buy a new switch and a new enclosure. You need to also buy Mod Podge, but all in all it's not that expensive, and the Mod Podge, for example, will last a long time, so you can use it for other projects. But you can be really creative and use any color you want, and you can put anything you want on the front. You don't need to do the pedal like I did and try to, you know, pay homage to the Behringer pedal or anything like that. You can do your own thing and be, you know, crazy with it. And I hope you guys will talk to me in the comments below and tell me about it, and that you'll also come back and share with me once you've actually tried this out, and telling me that you have videos on your YouTube channels showing off what you did, so that I can see, because I really like seeing what you guys come up with, and it's fun when you are being creative and you're letting me know that you're being creative. So please Let me know when you've rehoused a behringer pedal so that I can see maybe a short video of how it went. So here's the pedal. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below if you did. If you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, that would really help me out. It would let me know that you appreciate the videos that I make and the effort put into them. And I also really like to hear from you guys. Until next time, stay awesome and cool. And you know, I think it's time you go and rehouse a behringer pedal. Bye bye.